All right, guys, we're on. It's Pawnda Blitz Swiss starting in 12 minutes. So right on time. I've got just 4 players so far. Sparkle Horse Miro on the edge, no relation to our old Miro. Pili, YM, and Neteye. So let's get this tournament one more mention in the members' messages. Dear Pawnda, dear Pawnda team, members only. Okay, here's the link. All right, weekly tourney starting in 10 minutes. Yeah, I can type. All right, and Blitz. 5+3 casual. Welcome everybody. What's up? Can you hear me? Are we live? You can hear me. All right. So Pawnda, hey, we're still alive. Where's the viewership? Nobody loves me anymore. Oh, I gotta like live in our thing here on the stream. Aha, that's why. Sparkle Horse profile. I have to force online check. Accept. We're forcing online check. Force online check. Always say check. Now, how much time do we have before this tournament starts? Okay. Wow, it's still almost 10 minutes. Sparkle Horse Reduce. Rodic Dusan. Miro. Double Serbians. Millie. Neteye. CGN. All right. Welcome, everyone, to our tournament. It's 5+3. 5+3 casual. 7 rounds. 30 seconds between rounds. Let me fix that. It shouldn't be 30 seconds. It should be 3 minutes between rounds. So that we need to fix. All right. Features. Interval between rounds, 3 minutes. Give you a chance to run somewhere for a new beer. Watch streak reach for Piliao with 5. All right, plus 450 channel points. 2 months, no Asterbait. That's not good. The Asterbait meter. Days without incident, 0. Has anybody else watched the horror series From? It's I don't know where it was originally produced, but it's streaming on like MGM. It's pretty weak. Pretty weak. I was disappointed. Days without incident. All right. The enormous mental resilience without which no chess player can exist was so much taken up by chess that he could never free his mind of the game. I'm not sure that sentence makes sense. Asterbait is gone, exactly. Days without incident. Asterbait was attacked by zombies. No, his account was logged into Lichess a week ago, very strangely. Just once in the last 2 months, there was a login. That's almost weirder than not logging in at all, you know. Just enough to give you hope that he might still be alive. All right. Our greatest, most devoted follower of all time for 8 or 9 years here on the stream. Actually, definitely more than 9 years. Almost 10 years for that matter. However long I've been streaming, he was almost here all the time. It's just sad. So I hope he can get back. Find his way back. Asterbait, if you're out there and you hear us, come back. Find a way back. Hang on, man. Hang on. All right. So yesterday was poker night. One of my poker nights. Last week wasn't great. Half minimum wage. Alright guys, if you don't subscribe and support the stream, I'm going to have to switch jobs, become a trash collector. AI is taking my job now. What's up, everybody? Alright, I don't care. I got a back pain now. I've been doing exercises. Sparkle Horse, Redusa, Miro, Pili, Neteye, CGN. Where is everybody? Talk to me here. Thank you, Pili M, for being in the chat. We actually have someone actively talking in chat. Yes. Active chatters. Enabled. See our live video on YouTube. If you can hear me, Astrobate, are you out there? Send me a like. Is anybody alive out there? All right, I'm gonna buy a new telephone. I got a new telephone. Major life development. I haven't had a new telephone in like 6 years. All right. What else is happening? Did you guys see that the European Championship, individual championship, was won by a 17-year-old Ukrainian IM? That's never happened. 17-year-old guy was not even a GM, and he won the, yeah, I don't know his name. I forget his name. Something Ukrainian, but 17-year-old IM wins European Individual Championship ahead of like hordes of grandmasters. That's unbelievable. I have to check it. Let's see. We can see community watch. I don't. Maybe we can't because it's over now. Yeah. The World Senior Teams where I was gonna play. It's over now. But anyway, he even got to meet like Zelensky, and the Ukrainians are really happy. Obviously, under the circumstances, to win anything is fantastic. But guy gets an instantaneous Grandmaster title because it's like a zonal. It's considered a zonal tournament, zonal championship or whatever. So that's pretty cool. I could also become a GM if I would ever win the World Senior. I could have gotten a GM norm if I had won my last round game against Mikulewski, which I didn't even know about, but fine. At least know the rules. In other news, on Sunday I played a game in the Hungarian Team Championship against an older Hungarian IM who I've beaten in the past couple times, and this time it was a draw. I was black, but unfortunately I was tricked. I was tricked into repeating the same exact game I played at the World Senior. It's such a boring variation and so really unusual, and I wasn't expecting it from this guy, that I allowed my opponent to lure me into playing the exact same position I played back in October or November, whenever it was. He had actually clearly prepared to play this specific position against me, this really boring, really boring double fianchetto King's Indian, where it's just like extremely hard for black to really do anything interesting. And I've had a history of difficulty with this variation. I've never lost against it, but it's like really dry. And I ended up having to offer a draw on Sunday because I was tired and I was concerned I was slightly worse. He prepped against me, and it was nasty because he never plays this setup. The guy usually plays e4. He sometimes plays the English, but he never plays knight f3. He played knight f3 on move 1. I didn't suspect anything. He knew he was playing me, but I wasn't sure like which of two players I would play. So that was kind of bad. I lost a couple rating points. I lost the rating points I had gained from the last game I won. The guy's like 2160. But I didn't want to risk losing. I was slightly worse, and I thought if I offer a draw, he'll take it. And I don't want to like mess up and lose and like cost my team a chance to survive. So if it was an individual game, I don't know. But it was only after the game I had no clue. I went and I put the game in chess in Elite Chess in my study. And would you believe, like, you put the game in your study and you're like, entering the moves, and then your own game pops up from like 6 months ago. I'm like, whoa, what the heck? I can't believe it. This guy literally copied the exact same game that I played and knew that I would repeat it. I normally have like a lot of stuff I play. I mean, he's not guaranteed to face, necessarily that. It was ridiculous. Last time I beat him, he played the English against me, and I beat him really badly. Um, we're starting to get some players now. But anyway, it's like, it's such a boring variation, you can't even like remember it. I'm just like, okay, whatever, this thing again. And he had some weird idea, and I missed. Guy played really well. Yeah, but it was a bad opening choice by me. So my team ended up messing up. We had two players. The match was tied 5-5 with 2 boards left. In both the last games, we were better in end games. One was a rook in game. One was bishop versus knight. Well, knight versus bishop, but a pawn up. So we had a guy who had knight versus bishop with like 4 pawns against 3, and a guy in a rook in game who was a pawn up. Both clearly better. The match is tied 5-5, and you lose both. Both these guys lost superior end games with the match in the balance tied 5-5. The good news is that it's not, the Hungarian Chess Federation is not doing it by match points, which they have in the past once or twice, but the season is not by match points. But still, it hurts. You're like, you lost the whole point because these guys, people are bad at end games. Okay, anyway, we're starting. Oh, I got Sun Prism, great. You even managed to, good luck everybody. You even managed to, he always like, ambushes me. The word that I can't think of is ambush. You gotta buy? Okay, we got a lot of players. Ambush. Ambush that. Can somebody please gift a sub to Pilly? Man, I keep hoping Acerbate will just like show up. Pilium. My friends used to call me Billium. Billium or Billiards. Bill Kelleher. Billiardo. Gotta keep Sun Prism at arm's length. Yeah, what happens there? That's like a, what is that? If I play e5, bishop e5, bishop d7. Normally I play g6 here. It's up here. This is, we probably had before. Oh, I hurt my back. Damn. I was doing a treadmill and I walked a lot the last couple days. Now I have a backache. It sucks. h3. If it's h3, it's for me. Did we play this before? I don't remember. This is Blitz. Remember. Not rapid. I have a tendency to talk too much. Ah, bishop c4, yes. That's probably inaccurate, by the way. I had that last move. Think a lot. Think a lot, yeah. I can't even talk anymore. I used to like stream more often. I should stream more often, more than 4 days a week. We'll see what the future holds. I don't know what to do. Business is bad. We don't have any, we don't have enough subscribers, and I'm having to like resort to like playing poker and stuff. If anyone's interested in lessons, please contact me, videochesstrainer@gmail.com. I do have some openings for lessons. I rarely get openings because people generally keep taking lessons from me for a long time, like years, because everybody loves me, right? Once it's like an addiction. Once you start taking chess lessons from me, you can't stop. No, but we do have some openings if anyone's interested. One-on-one lessons is a great way to improve. Anyway, I don't promote myself too much, but things have been a little grim financially here. So, oh no, bishop takes d5, falling out of the chair. The falling out of the chair variation. Okay, you're always surprised when they do that. You know, oh man, that's not what I expected. um, but what are his options? You know, really. What were his options? Queen d8 is the most natural. Queen h5. Where do you want to go? Queen d7. Even queen d7. That's a bit strange. Queen d8. Queen c4. Queen c4 is an interesting move. It keeps pressure on the d pawn. Huh. Well, actually, it's not the only move that keeps pressure on the d pawn. All right, whatever. Chicks for nothing and your bishops for free. Little Dire Straits joke. So, yeah, all right, we're good to go here. Everything's solid, in working order. But question is, are we really better? Shit. We're not worse, but I don't know if I'm better. And he's always like, I checked your League chess games. You play the ready with the fianchetto quite a lot. Yeah. Well, I was black though, you know, so I also play it with white. And the funny thing is, the guy played against me, I told him after the game, I also play this with white, and he was like, "Yeah, I know." I did my first, well, not my first, but I analyzed the game. We analyzed the game completely in Hungarian, which was kind of funny. I rarely do that. So this is going to have to stop, I think, here at some point. This d5 business. At what point do we stop d5? We could play e5, actually. Maybe e5. The old... I don't enjoy playing Sun Prism. It's something personal. I don't like playing against you. It's not fun. Although, the interesting thing, and I pointed this out lately, we've had no draws. It used to be that we had a lot of draws. Look at all those draws. And then suddenly there's no draws. It's strange. Dry. Do you like your positions dry? No, I feel like an idiot for Sunday's game. I really played right into this guy's. I can't believe I played the exact same move order, the exact same game I played against Duang in the World Senior. Exact same. You did used to play happy with draws. Well, I know. I mean, it was almost like you stopped wanting draws. But that's a very small sample size. It's more likely just a coincidence. Conspiracy theories are mostly coincidences. There's a new conspiracy theory that's popular in American Republican circles, that Donald Trump's, the attempted assassination on Trump was staged. It's kind of funny because that was like the first reaction of almost everyone, you know. It's only just now like dawning on these like Trump supporters that maybe he staged his assassination attempt. Like Bra with the like bandage on his ear and stuff, does that seem real to you? But anyway, the truth is that most conspiracy theories are just that. They're just coincidences, you know. And I tell you, I was playing poker yesterday. The guy on my left in this poker tournament, he was becoming like visibly annoyed that I was raising a lot and coming at him with these raises. And I'm actually not that aggressive, you know. I'm kind of solid. But in his perception, I was like playing really aggressively. You know, he was clearly annoyed by it. And wow. So what do I do? You gonna draw me again? But my point is that it's like perception versus reality. I can't. I can't play Queen G5 because you have the perfect move there. It's like playing a robot. The other thing was at the Hungarian Chess Federation they had an actual robot, which I was surprised by. You draw by force against an IM. Nice job, dude. Wait, what am I doing now? Oh, you made a mistake. Wow. Why did you do that? I'm actually a little bit better, but I don't think you should have done that. Anyway, when you're playing poker, the person on your right is acting in front of you, always doing actions before you. And so my experience after years of playing poker was that I'm biased. I would become biased toward thinking that the guy on my right is more aggressive than he really is. You know, this is an interesting thing. I don't know. I'm sure that it's probably been discussed by some poker players somewhere, but it's interesting, the psychology of competing. You keep seeing stuff and you want to make conspiracy theories out of it. It just seems like he's raising all the time because he's on your right and it's annoying, you know. But he's probably not raising more times than the other guy. Perfect game by white. And always that time use. Conspiracy theories. Why did I play that? Why not? It's okay. Bishop stronger than knight. But is it enough? Is it enough? I love Sung Prism's time use lately. Not just lately, he's a master of time play. And then when he gets down low, he plays really well. Used to be that you didn't use your time. Not the case anymore. He's done a great job with that. So now bishop e4. Black has a microscopic edge. It's like going to the dentist. He's not really playing like a computer. That's just me being paranoid. That's my point. This has to be a win. I have more tempo moves than you. Right? Well, not necessarily. F5 to block out the E4 square. I'm going to need to play that. H5, H4, A3, A6. C6. Thank God for C6. So You blundered with knight c4. Um, but you made another mistake before that, where you didn't have to trade rooks when you had control of the open file. So you made at least two serious inaccuracies, but what's the losing move? Knight c4, right? g4 is okay if you can play g5 maybe, but you know, this should be a draw. Draw. All right, 3 minutes between rounds. We got requests to join. Is anybody alive here? I got no sound again. Why don't I get sound? Can somebody please donate a gift sub to Pili? Can we get a gift sub donation? Guys, analysis stream tomorrow night. Sorry for the boring game, but we both contributed to that. 2 mistakes. People wear sunglasses in poker all the time. But obviously there's other ways to tell. I'm not big on like reading people. It's more not my specialty, but facial stuff, physical stuff. Never been my strong point. But you can notice, I mean, I notice any kind of obvious movements and stuff, but some people are really specialized in that. I just kind of do the hang dog. I just try not to have any expression. Yeah, but funny psychology behind games, chess and poker too. But yeah, you played a like perfect game. But why rook d1? Why rook takes rook? I mean, why rook takes rook? Why did you do that? Why play rook takes rook when you play rook d1? That's an obvious mistake. Here you're better because you're forcing me to play rook takes rook, and now what do? You have this, this, and this. Like you have basically like 3 threats in this position. So if anything, white is like a tiny bit better. Rook c8 is the best I can do, and it's a draw. I can hold, but I'm not better. That was a massive mistake, and then knight c4. So some prism seems rusty. Stapvargan, get to the tier 1 to Piliam. Thank you, Stapvargan. That's pretty inexplicable. Of course it should still be a draw, but you made life easy for me. I'm on my back foot here if you don't do that, you know, of course. But look, with pawns on both sides of the board, it's not an easy draw. I mean, I have chances to play for a win. But I feel like Sun Prism probably rusty. Anyway, you didn't play testing in the opening. You know, bishop c4 is like a mistake. I lost this position with white years ago against Milov. All right, thank you, Stapfargan, for the gift sub. So let's see the tournament here. We've got Sparkle Horse. Oh, we're starting. Caro Conics. Egak a mouse. What do I want to play? I've been playing mostly e4, 90% of games in the last year or two in Blitz. Yeah, Caro-Kann I hate. Yes, I hate the Caro-Kann. It's annoying. Merci. So, for some reason, we're getting a lot of French poker players in Budapest. Last night, this friend of mine, he's a French poker pro. He was like, he's crazy. He plays with his tablet, like online poker, and it plays like live poker at the same time. It's a little bit overkill. Mr. Coffee's here. Yes. He was sitting there with like a mountain of money. I was like, Jesus Christ. All right. Look like a mountain of money. He must have had like 3 grand on the table. This is a Petrov, more or less. You're sitting there with like 3 grand on a table where the average player has like 500. But anyway, the point was, I think that the French guys are coming to play poker in Budapest because it's like cheaper to live here. This particular guy has a Hungarian girlfriend. I know that. But there's been this huge influx of French people playing poker at Budapest. I guess like, I don't know if it's even like legal to have like poker clubs. No, it's like 1 million. No, exactly 1 million. It's like exactly 1 million, Mr. Coffee. The dollar, the Hungarian forint got stronger since Magyar Péter, but anyway, it's around 1 million. Yeah. So yeah, you got to have 1 million in chips. Precisely. He had precisely 1 million in chips. A lot of green 25s. Thousands, that is. I was like, nope, not going to that table. I played on an easier table. But anyway, I think that the other thing is like I've seen like massive amount of immigration to Hungary. Ooh, did I mess up here? The cost of living is cheaper than in like, Western Europe. But a lot of people coming here from everywhere because it's like, I guess, many different reasons, but Budapest is a good place to be. So did I mess up here by playing Bishop A3? Now I can't defend my pawn? Shit. That's weird. I mean, what was I supposed to do on the previous move? Yeah, I know what I was supposed to do. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I'm not clear of thought today. I should have played H3, of course, and I failed to do it. Now this is a problem. And I don't know how to solve the problem. I played like a moron. I mean, Bishop G5. And Black didn't have to play Bishop back to E7. I mean, he could have played like Bishop takes Knight on C3 or something. But I should have played H3. I'm not really focused yet. Mr. Coffee, great to see you, by the way. Yeah, I'm doing poker on Tuesday, and that's why we moved the tournament to Wednesdays. I'm playing poker on Tuesday nights and Saturday nights. So I basically am doing like 2 nights poker and like, 4 days chess every week, because the economy of chess is so bad for me. The economics of chess. As Elon Schwartz said before quitting chess to win the World Series of Poker, chess leads to perpetual brokenness. As long as you're winning. Well, one thing is, don't drink and play poker. Alright, Bishop H5. I'm going to have to play G4. I don't like the situation. It's very annoying. Knight E5 takes D4. This guy, Egak, man, what's his deal? He's 2,400 in bullet? What? I didn't realize that. What's Egak's story? What's this guy's deal? Why is he so strong? I feel like I'm playing Mr. Coffee or something. How is he 2,400 in bullet, dude? Like, that's not a record rating. I had no idea he was that strong. I had 2 wins against him, a draw. I thought, oh, okay, this is a guy, he's 2,100, no big deal. But 2400 bullet, 6800 games. How the heck would you be 2100 in Blitz if you're 2400 in Bullet? Is Bullet that inflated? Really? Is Bullet that inflated that the average 2100 Blitz player is 2400 in Bullet? Sorochi says a win-win could be having massage at the table. Special massage. You can get massages. I've never been into massage. I'm very like, I don't know. I don't like being touched by strangers. I even don't like eating in front of other people and stuff. I'm very particular about like getting my hair cut. You're good at Bullet, but bad at Blitz. How the heck can you not be good at Blitz if you're good at Bullet? Just play fast Blitz. Then you should be playing like 3-0 Blitz. I mean, come on. You're not playing the right Blitz if you're 2100. And you can be 2400 in Bullet. Okay, not everyone cares that much about their ratings or whatever. But, you know, if you want to have a higher rating, you need to play Blitz that's more like Bullet. But you played a really, really good game here. I underestimated you. I misplayed this on several counts. This is a very risky position for me. I'm not happy about this position. This is not good. You know, I've misplayed this badly, and you have more time. But so I'm doing 2 nights of poker and 4 nights of chess, basically 5, whatever. Yesterday I played a tournament. It was horrible. 2-table tournament. And it just went on forever. We were like 14-handed, and it took like hours and hours for 2 players to get knocked out. And then it was like another 2 hours till 2 more players were knocked out. I was one of them. It went on forever. It was horrible. Couldn't even make it to the 14 players, and I couldn't even make it to the second table. I was eliminated like 12th. Unbelievable. I didn't play bad. It was just like no one was getting knocked out. It was weird. We went on and on and on and on and on and on and on forever. It just went on and on and on and on and on and on forever, for hours and hours, until finally someone had to get knocked out. And I lost with ace-jack suited against 5s. That was like half my night, and then I managed to win my money back in cash. Chess is another story. So, dude is really good. I mean, I can't imagine how you could not be higher rated in Blitz, bro. That's just extremely strange. He's a very good player, clearly. Very patient, very solid. Look at my position. I'm overextended. I feel like I played Steppenwolf's Stonewall attack or something. And now we're entering the Bullet stage. Now I'm really screwed because he's like good at Bullet. 3-second increment. Maybe that's where you're gonna mess up. I would think if you played Bullet well, you would do better with the fastest time control possible. So 3-0. Yeah, he defends against every single threat I have. First he lost 2, then there was a draw, now I'm worse. This is like a freaking nightmare. Queen C8, and you're 2100 in Blitz, bro. Most people would have panicked and probably played queen b8. But you don't mind keeping your queen on this line with a rook on c1? There seems to be nothing I can do to you. Wow, dude. Playing Bafinic. Can you criticize black for playing passively in this game? I would call it solid, not passive. No, it's really a stonewall attack. You panicked. I could take on f7. The central pawn was irresistible. Wow. Another king and pawning game? What? I was winning in one moment. What? Well, okay, I don't know what I missed. I had queen takes f7 check. He made no inaccuracies and one blunder. What? Bro. Oh, I should have just played queen f7 directly. Okay, but I didn't see like a follow-up. I take the pawn and then what? You know, your king is like safe on h7. Yeah, of course I could play queen takes f7. I was afraid my queen would get trapped. After this, here, aren't you like threatening to trap my queen with rook f8? Of course, it's not a big deal. I can just like move my queen away. But that's why I didn't take. The way I played it isn't winning. Are you like kidding me? This is unbelievable. This isn't enough. I'm up a clear pawn, and it's like a draw. Yeah, queen f7, but I didn't see what I have. Like, what do I do? I'm about to lose on time, and where's the winning move? I didn't see rook f6. If I had seen rook f6, I would have played it, but I couldn't find it in time. Dude, that's a pretty impressive game there, Egek. You're getting better. You've been around for a while, 6 years. But my game was poor. I played a poor game. A3 was really bad. Bishop g5 was my first mistake. Should play h3. I mean, this is clearly better. The computer actually likes bishop g5. Okay, fine. Can play it. My next move is bad. A3, bishop g4, black equalizes on the spot. An almost perfect game by you. Suspiciously good. Oh no, Caro Connix. That's his brother. Caro Connix TV. Caro Connix TV is his brother. Everybody likes the Caro Con. It's like the London system with black. You panicked and played 94. I played a bad game though. Alright guys. So Caro Connix and Stapvargan are both 2 out of 2. Stapvargan's been monstrous lately. Every week he's played very strongly lately. Seems like reinvigorated. Okay, Stapvargan was always a good player since he's been coming to my stream, but feels like he's had his, like, you know, ups and downs. Egek is relatively new, but I really messed up the opening. I mean, I'm having trouble focusing. Didn't play today. All right, your own long time no see. Let's try something different. G3. Dutch. You don't say. All right, what would Bent Larson do? B3. So, yeah, here we are. What do you want to do? Let's just play moves and play by feel. You know, sometimes people do that. That's nice, but not my thing. Okay, if we're playing Blitz, it's all right. You can play by feel. So you don't normally play the Leningrad, you know. Jeroen is a Stonewall guy. Uber Driver, you really got to play Jerry Williams in a tournament game? D5? What is that? Rest in peace, Jerry. Jerry was a nice guy. He wasn't a race car driver. But I am going to see Primus in concert this summer. August. Speaking of which, Arsenal's not here. What's the famous Primus song? Jerry was a race car driver. That's basically all you need to know about that song. Okay. C6. E4. Chop chop. Now your D5 knight is so strong. So keep it simple. He's playing rather unorthodox style here. If bishop b6, I sneak the pawn. No queen b6 here. This ain't the Slav. Queen b6, knight takes d5. He's threatening queen b6 theoretically. If I exchange and play a boring kind of structure, what do? Take with the queen? It's a big positional concession. Bishop f4. Wow. That's a sick move. High level. I live on the second floor. The mighty knight. Give it to me. Can I please have your knight? Okay, not without some risk, but... You took it. Oh, man. I should go into sales. Can't believe you bought that. How could you believe me and take the knight? Bishop takes. I gotta. If you buy that, I'll buy this for you too. Maybe 6. Okay, going for the queen exchange. That's a smart decision. Now you know you're playing with logic. Where do I go? Well, maybe I don't go anywhere. Uh-huh. Okay, trade queens. Whatever. I'm slightly better. You don't want to trade queens? Come on. If you don't want to trade queens, I don't want to trade queens. You're headed for f6, aren't you? I was just kidding about trading queens anyway. Okay. What are you going to do about Mr. Knight now? Mr. Knight is your friend. Mr. Knight. Yeah, but your position is almost okay. He's strategically almost okay. All it takes is one little tactical blunder, and I'm worse. Stonewall player. Oh, bishop d5. Wait a minute now. What's that? Interesting. Wow, what do I do? Do I let you trade my light square bishop off? Do I take it? Jeez. That's an interesting move. All right. All right, I'll let you do that. I don't love it. But we continue with the plan. You are worse. Why? Because white has a monstrously strong pawn on d4. That's why. And other good stuff. The f7 square. Sladgy will be up a clear pawn in just a moment. What stonewall? How's your stonewall? Oh, you don't have a stonewall. Sorry about the stonewall. Looks like part of your castle fell off. I think you need to do some stonework on that. The main part of the turret on the top there. What happened to the d5 pawn? You can't be trading off your d5 pawn if you're a stonewall player. Oh my god. Now what are you going to do? God, I'm a genius. How does that work? You got a trick? No way. That doesn't work. Well, I'm just going to win the exchange. Easy peasy. You know, I thought your point was to play bishop takes e5. All right. We got Mr. Stonewall Man. We're getting warmed up for Stapfargen, the real Stonewall. Guys, 7 rounds today. 7 rounds. Oh, my king's a little drafty. That's nice. Yep. This king is a bit drafty. You've got theoretical chances there. That's all right. Your bishop isn't really, just isn't quite cutting it, is it? You still have some chances, huh? Wow, rook f5. Okay. Fortunately, not the scariest move. Whoa, he just like totally ignored me. Do you mind if we trade rooks? Now, all right. Queen h5. He has f3 check. That's kind of annoying, but it's annoying anyway. Maybe queen g4. Because queen g4 is multi-purpose. dual threats. Good job, Buron, trying to keep it close. Hard to play without a bishop. Uh-huh. But this is going to be important. Yeah, the e4 pawn. I just need to get my rook in the game, and I'm winning. My king for an open file. Finally. But notice the pawn chain. The wall. Build a wall. What's up, everybody? Please donate and subscribe. Due to bad economics, we need your support more than ever. He's defending the whole king side. Now I can't even penetrate on the g file. This is kind of annoying. What am I going to do? Queen c8 check? Queen b8 check? Something like that. I have to watch queen d5. There goes queen d5. So queen f4. Jeroen's a good player. Just his openings are a little shaky. I think he missed the boat there. Have you seen the boat? Alright. That was a good game, though. Fun. Much more fun than playing Sun Prism. We had him all the way. Let's see how the computer liked my move bishop f4. I was proud of that. It doesn't like it. It's like, no, that's not best. No, you should play the boring move, rook d1. I was proud of bishop f4. It doesn't like it. It doesn't like it. No, that's a bishop. You can't give that up. Nope. No creativity. Alright. Carol Conics versus Stafford. Uh-oh. Germany. Germany. Stafford from Germany, right? No, I can't remember. Maybe he's Scandinavian. No, Carol Conics is white. This is clearly another Dutch, no? Had to have been a Dutch of sorts. Oh no, Carol Conics has been swindled. No, he's still got it under control. Is there enough? Ah, Carol Conics is brutal. 2 pawns down. 2 pawns down in the rooking game is very awkward. Though an A pawn isn't optimal here. I'm not sure that Carol Conics played that right. Now he's got the A pawn. This is not an easy win. Although I would have fixed those pawns if I were black. I think Stafford should have played like h5. I don't know who Carol Conics is. Let's see. FIDE rating 2006. Now he plays h5. Well, better late than never. That's a lot of pawns, but they're all isolated. I don't like rook c3, man. This is not sure, maybe. I think that black should stay behind the a pawn. He should have played like rook a1 or something. This is definitely not a great idea. Man, I can't believe it. Stepfargan just totally messing up. That's crazy. I don't know why he did that. Normally not a bad endgame player. Not a specialist, but Stepfargan's decent in endgame. I don't know why he panicked here. Hard day at work, maybe. I think he was in the margin for a draw. Had a chance for a draw. Now it's lost. Too many pawns. But why take your rook out from behind the pawn? The golden rule is that your rook stays behind the pawn. You have to go with the rook where it has position where it can check from behind. It's a tricky situation. You're down like what, 3 pawns? 3 pawns, but they're double F and H and A. Wait, it's like the worst pawns ever. Now it's a theoretical draw. We're just in the margins of a theoretical draw. I think, but I'm not 100% sure. That was another mistake. It may not be a draw now. I'm not sure. We need to ask the AI endgame bot if this is a draw. The bishop and rook pawn is a draw if you can catch the Z's early enough. But I'm afraid that Caro-Konnik's got too much here, too much space. That's pretty brutal. Is that gonna work? Maybe not. Black might still be drawing. No room for error. It's close. Oh man, even that move might have been a mistake. King h5. Bridge building. Can't build a bridge that way. Go back and hide. It's a tighter bridge. Yeah, that's it. Poor Stepfargan. I'm sure it was a draw at some point. But I mean, it's obviously hard to play rook and bishop and rook pawn. I don't know about the original moment when we entered the rook, and I think white was too far advanced, but probably white messed it up, and it was actually a draw at some point. Let's see. Yeah, there were 2 points where it was drawn. Here, wow, even at the end, bro. This is amazing. He had an easy draw with king g7. So that was just a blunder. White's winning, but he blundered with king e7. But before that, there was one moment, or maybe 2. We reached this. This The classic, this rook is poorly placed here on g5. It's a draw. Obvious rook e1 check is fine, king f8, and now king h6 blunder. So what do you play now? Rook a1, rook b1, rook f1. It's funny, like rook c1, for example, isn't a draw. It's not so easy. And then there was one more moment here, a moment later, here, where we had king takes h5. I knew this was a blunder. This is your last chance. Rook e7. What? So, not king takes h5, rook f1. I saw this. This was the move. This was fairly easy to find. He had rook f1. And now the point is, if you find that, black has to play rook f7. And then I take on h5. And now it's not the same. Because I can play king g6 doesn't work. Shit, king g6 doesn't work. Wow. So even this is tricky now. King h6. Yeah, I mean, but his rook is tied down behind the pawn. So, anyway. Important endgame, rook and bishop and rook pawn. You achieved the drawn position. Blah, blah, blah. So, Conics, are you new here? I've never played you. When did you join the team? Alright, Stop Argan lost a tough one. Redusa has 2. Well, no, I'm not gonna play Conics. Egek might. In the normal world, I would play Conics, but because Lichess doesn't understand how to do proper Swiss system pairings, I know that would be a lot to ask. It often pairs by tiebreak, which is wrong. Pair by rating, not by tiebreak points. It's ranking Egek above me, but in a normal tournament, I would be ranked higher. Okay, it did make the right pairing. Colors also matter. English. Who plays the English? What's this? What is this again? It's hyper accelerated Hyper Indian. I could have played that. Well, that's suspicious. Conics TV playing this move. That's getting a little suspicious because some other people have played that against me. Who are you? There was another player played this against me recently. So I'm definitely getting a little suspicious now. Huh. This isn't really an accredited line for white. But it's weird because we saw it recently against someone. I think Conics must be someone else that has like created a new account, joined 1 year ago. I would suspect Conics is a Smurf or something. This is a very specific line. Mr. Slow played it against me. It's not considered that great for white. And I can never remember when I'm supposed to play against it. C6, D6, right? I don't know. I have this mental block against this line for some reason. I don't know why. Yes. I had this against someone else. Boy, it took me like half an hour to find the right move, and he instantly knows everything. Yeah, I had the same line with someone else. Who was that against? And how do you know such an obscure variation? so well. What about other players? Caro Connix, who are you? Like, really? Very unusual to play this line for white. Who was it that played this exact line against me? That's weird. He just plays real fast. He's like playing Bullet. Bullet, 1,000 games, 1,700 games. More Blitz than Bullet. Very little Rapid. This is suspicious, because there is another account, I can't remember who it was, that played exact same line against me. Who the heck was it? That's the question. Should I play like Bishop E5? Does that make sense? It's not my turn? What are you doing? Why is he thinking so long? That was weird. This is a very, very unusual line to be so well prepared for, but D5 is not considered to be a great move for white. I don't really get it. Why a lot of people play that. I guess it transposes to something else. G6. It transposes. What choice do I have? Queen C8 or something? Wow. So, Queen F6. Wait, the E2 pawn is just hanging, but you have a fork there, so that's not happening. What about knight C7? It's slow. He's got a 2-minute time edge. Mr. Slow and someone else who was a very strong player in my tournaments played this exact same variation against me multiple times. And that's what I'm blanking on it, you know, who it was. I can probably look it up after the game and figure out who this could be. Aldisto? No. Who played the English with white? Aldisto's from Germany. Could be him with like a new account or something. That would make sense. I don't know if he plays Bullet much. But Aldisto was E4 mostly with wing gambits and stuff. Doesn't fit his profile. What's up here? Queen E6? He's a lover, not a thinker. Well, he's fast, but and actually quite good, but you know, it's a fast bullet style, nothing deep. Probably not a Smurf account. FIDE rating, what? FIDE rating 2066. Oh, I thought it said 2006. 2066. Well, yeah, I mean, hard to know about those ratings. So he makes a mistake here. I mean, I think that this is an inaccuracy, but he's still like equal. Probably still equal. That was a funny move. If he went knight d7, I might be able to trap the knight after e5. So black is slightly better, but it's not much. His knight's offsides. He's kind of panicking. Knight e4 looks interesting and decentralized. Let's nod and say we did. This is probably not great either. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should have played knight e4. His knight on h4 is poorly placed, obviously. It's probably not a smurf. It's someone new. This is a very solid, sensible move, though. Coming to your senses has been called. Right. Yeah. I don't know. It's like, it's equal. White's queenside pawns, I mean, a little bit extended, you know. That's not great for him, I would think. He's trying to invade on the 7th rank, though. So, should I worry about that? For example? White still is within the margin for error for a draw. Those pawns. I was really scared in opening, though. It took me like a minute to remember bishop d6. It's my dementia flaring up. Dementia flare up. b5. Nope. Not good. Demential flare up. King f1. Apparently, Jim Plaskett went on a 3-week expedition to find the Kraken in 1999. Bro, what have you been reading? What have you been reading, man? It's probably a draw. But I'm avoiding any risk here. Interesting. He plays king e1 there. Yeah, I thought we were going to see that last move. We're just a tiny bit better. Can I win based on those? Ooh, what are you doing over there? Can I win based on those pawns being on the wrong color? That's a tall order. He only has 4 moms on dark squares and 2 on light. No. Not now. You don't have the right to offer a draw. Only black can win here. Four out of 6 moms recommend Jif. Is it still a draw? I'm not qualified to say that. I've been advised by my lawyer not to talk about that. Take, take, F4. Take, take, take. Yeah, we can go in there. Oh no, the take, take, take app. Take, take, king up. We gain space. What about immediate king up? What's wrong with immediate king up? Might not even be the best move. He lost on time. Is this winning? Looks like it might be winning. It's very close. You have king c2. You can let my king get into c4. That may not be fatal. I don't know. King c2 is the only move. Yeah. King c2 is the only move. It's lost, it looks like. Wow. Takes, takes, and I have to find h4. I don't think I would have found that. Do I have to find it, though? King here. EF, EF, EF. Okay, I would play that, but h4 for black to get the king in here. Oh, no. Wow, that's a sick move. I don't think I would have found h4, you know. I can play king c4, and now you make a move. Black is probably winning. I'm threatening bishop e5. I'm also I got ways to make progress. So too many pawns locked on the wrong color, but I don't know where you went over the edge there. The draw for was too late. You should have offered a draw a lot earlier. Offer a draw from position of strength. Offer a draw when you're a tiny bit better. You should know me by my earlier handle. You were XL Poker. Oh man, I knew it, of course. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. You're XL Poker. Oh my god, welcome back. Alright. No, you sent me a message when you left. Thanks for that. Yeah, I recognize the system because we had earlier game in this line. Of course. I knew it. You know, I remembered the variation, and Mr. Slow had also played it against me. It's not that common for people to go d5. It's a pretty okay line, but not that common. So I had the feeling it was another player that we knew. Welcome back. All right, great to get XL Poker back. Caroconics TV. If only we can get Astrobait back now. We'll be fully stocked. And Mr. Slow. We should check if Mr. Slow's been online. He's been gone since the beginning of the year. He said he had some life problems, and Astrobait has disappeared. So we'll get them back. Also, Richard Brenson has been gone. Okay, so Sparklehorse versus Dapvargan. Oh, he's always tough. I'm going to play e4 because I hate the stone wall. Probably that's my best chance to win against Dapvargan, honestly, but okay, fine. Dragon. Dragging it out. You've been dragging it out. D6 right away. What's it called? The big clamp. Some people refer to this as a big clamp formation. you gotta try to get Sapvargan pretty early in the morning before he's fully developed. Um, we've seen the dragon. He had a game against someone that submitted a game on Thursday. We analyzed. There was some dragon, right? I feel like Sapvargan lost the tough end game in the first round or second round, but that's really hard. I mean, to draw with rook and king against rook and king and h and f pawns, even if you know it's a draw with time. But I feel like his only weakness that I can really even attempt to exploit ostensibly is the openings, but his openings are okay, The Stonewall's okay, the Dragon's okay. I wouldn't play either of them, to be honest, but good but not great openings. Also very different. I mean, it's a weird repertoire. Who the heck plays the Stonewall, Dutch, and Dragon? Like Magnus? Okay, Magnus plays everything. But you couldn't have more polar opposite. Like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Polar opposite openings? Okay, Stonewall, Dutch, and Dragon. I'm gonna play like the most opposite things I can think of. But Caro-Kann was his other opening. More in the Stonewall style. So I guess he's trying to branch out, which is good. Dragon kind of extreme though, Play the Stonewall, play the French. Right? That's a Korchnoi or Botvinnik is the best example. Yeah, Korchnoi didn't really play the Stonewall, but Botvinnik did. I mean, okay. This is playable for black. It's not a particularly fun type of setup to play. I have the ideal pawn center, but technically that's not like a deal breaker. Black can deal with the deal. But let's just put it this way: like it's very easy for black to drift into a terrible position if he doesn't play well in this setup. I've been there and misplayed it, with black. What's up, Ches Zebra? Welcome. Everybody, welcome. Gather around. XL Poker's back. French is great. Yeah, I think the French is better than the Caro-Kann, honestly. But it doesn't have the popularity. I don't know why. Everybody likes the Caro-Kann. I have a horrible result with the Caro-Kann overall. Lifetime. I think I won like 2 games in my life with it. Even I played it like 20, 30 times. Probably more. I'm talking about like tournament games. It was probably like one of my worst openings. I was playing it very early on in the late 80s. And inspired by Karpov. Just couldn't do it. I couldn't make the Caro-Kann work for me, The advanced variation is like a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. This is a practical approach. Queen A5. Kamsky would kill you in this position. We need to look at Queen H5. He's playing Dragon. It's a dragon type idea. This supports B5 as well. So this is typical like Sicilian motif. I have bishop E3. I'm going to just develop. There's no knight A5, knight C4. Speaking of knight A5, knight C4, Sapvargan game from last week. It's up here somewhere. Through the dementia, I still remember like bits and pieces of stuff. Chessibra, a funny thing happened on Sunday. Not funny for me, actually. I unwittingly repeated the exact game I had, one of the exact games I had in the World Senior against this guy, Nemeth Zoli. Not realizing that I was doing it. I'm like an idiot, and I fell exactly into the guy's preparation. He had prepared a specific variation. I played the exact same moves I played in the fall in the game I won, and I didn't remember until after the game was over, and I like looked it up in the database. Like, I'm an idiot. I just like let this guy like predict exactly what position he would get on the board and try to improve. He would know. He knew like what exact position he would get like after 12 moves. It's ridiculous. White's position is excellent here. No. The game was in November. All right, it was 6 months ago. I mean, no, it's my last tournament. You know, the World Senior. It's not an exciting position. Let's just say that. Very boring, very dry variation. Not theoretical. Not the kind of thing that stands out. You know, so. But funny. My opponent older than me, but he like swindled me into this. Yes. Speaking of swindled me. Now I can play e5. Kaboom. Kaboom bots. Queen h5, e5. Take app. How's that? If you try queen h5, I'll go e5, and then what are you going to do? Don't even think about it. He's probably thinking about queen h5. That was, I would assume, like the plan. But there's other complications like f5. Okay, this is a Sammy Reshevsky did that in a Dragon game, I remember. Last time I tried to play queen a3, I got in big trouble. Okay. So there you go, knight a5 again. We play controlled chess. Controlled chess. So b5 is coming. Oh no, I know that's your favorite maneuver. We were ready for that. You read an article where some company is claiming Alzheimer's is not due to Lewy bodies? Inflammatory condition? No, I didn't see that. But that the Lewy bodies dementia is like one specific kind of dementia, right? Is this specifically about Lewy body dementia? Because I don't know too much about that. You know, I mean, obviously I've heard of it, but it's a separate thing, right? I did see something recently where some major pharmaceutical company was in trouble because like their really expensive pharma product apparently doesn't work. Okay, so Alzheimer's has Lewy bodies. Okay, I'm not the doctor. You're the doctor. Now I know. Chewy Louie. But are they chewy? That's the important question. Queen b4. Am I walking right into that? No, he didn't do it. That's a really golden move. Golden retriever. So knight is on a5. Stay there. Alright? Stay right where you are. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. What does this move do? What does it do? What doesn't it do? What does it do? It's stupid. Queen f2 sucks. But it does prevent him from exchanging. Now we got something. But it isn't enough. God damn it, Jenny. Jerry. Unbelievable. just keep going. Man, I started studying Smyslov's games, and this suddenly reminds me of this game I saw, Spassky Smyslov. It was a Grunfeld, but it reminded me of a Sicilian. It was kind of like this. It was a difficult position. Alright, good game. That's what they always say. I made an inaccuracy at move 20, but I was low on time. But the opening itself, has this happened? Yes. So, yeah, it's a pretty significant advantage. Like, look at the level of players who have gotten this position with black, dude. It's Warmerdam versus Gukash, 2025. So as high a level as Gukash playing black, and Gukash actually beat the guy, Richie Rich, I call him, Cordova, and then some lesser players. So mostly stronger players know not to drift into this, but you can see even Gukash. You had to take a break from chess. You hope we can do some coaching sessions again in the future. Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. I'm having trouble financially because of the chess business is slow now, so I had to actually start playing poker. Like, I'm playing poker like twice a week now. Tuesday night was my poker night, one of my poker nights. Gabble Roll Mops is here. Welcome the Mops to the stream. We had a gift sub earlier from Stappenwagen. The Germans are in full force. Carol Connick's great to have you back. Yeah, I'm available for lessons. We've got a few people that have dropped due to maybe dying or disappearing. So people only stop taking lessons with me if they're like homeless or they get like abducted by aliens. Acerbate is gone, so we don't know what happened to him. He's logged in once in the last 2 months. So that's the big mystery on the stream right now. Yeah, Stapfargan, you learned a lesson there. I mean, I think you got to think about how to handle that system. It's important because the line you drifted into, you can see Gukash beat Warmerdam, but it's seriously better for white. The engine calling it 0.7. Yeah, Chessieber, he logged in like a week ago. Sinus notified me, and that's it though. Like nothing else. One login to Lichess, no other sign of life. Is it like the FBI logging into his like Lichess account? Just wants to make sure there's no, secret files or what? Like, or is it really him? We all love a good conspiracy theory. All right, Uber driver. Oh no, it's round 6. Wish it showed you what round it was. Round 6 started. Okay. Uber driver. Another player I don't really love playing against. Yeah, so on Sunday, my team match, I drew against the 2160. I am, but still, he's old. And I'm playing an older IM who I was 2-0 against. And even though I was black, I was like required to play for a win. But I played right into his prep. Got to give the guy credit though, but he had probably more info than me. I think that they knew exactly who they were going to play, and we didn't, unfortunately. I actually expected to play a different player. Ishvandi Laiush. We had to know there would be more than one, but you still expect, like, maybe this is the main one. And it was the one player. I was mostly concerned about preparing for the one player I hadn't played before, because there are three players I could play, and two of them I've played before and I know them pretty well. The other one I've never played, and I don't know him well. So naturally, I prepare for the player that I've never played. And what do I get? Well, I get the other player who I've played before, and I've beaten him both games, although it was over like 20 years. And unfortunately, yeah, you gotta be careful about people preparing for you. Um, I can't believe how predictable I am. This is one of my other games from a month ago in the Hungarian Team Championship against Hibyan Tamash. I think I showed you guys the game on the stream. This is, of course, a standard accelerated dragon, but Uber Driver doesn't keep up with Modern Theory. He's still in 1972. Rookie 8 is a kind of weird way of maintaining the tension. And it's been developed over the last 10 years into one of Black's main choices. Also good is A5, the move that someone on sound always plays against me. Not E6 because of knight B5. No, E6, knight B5, D5. E6, knight B5, D5. E6. Feels like I had a game with that. Am I supposed to play D5 now? I can't remember. Well, the only options are E6 and D5. D5 sacks a pawn. Pawn takes, knight A5. E6. E6, knight takes C6, B takes C6. E5, knight D5, that's nothing. Okay, I don't remember now. I have a game I lost. I lost with Black in this to this 2100 kid who was pretty good, who I underestimated about 6 years ago in the Hungarian Team Championship. No, it was in the Budapest Team Championship. Around the time when COVID started. It was around, yeah, maybe 2019, now that I think about it. It was quite a while ago. 2019, maybe. I remember because we played at the Hungarian, like, bridge club. It was really weird. And it was in the shopping center, and it was horrible because next door to the shopping center, my kids had actually gone there. There was like a play, one of these, like, you know, pay to play areas for like little kids. It's like that's the ultimate place to have a chess match, directly next door in the shopping center to a place that has like a playground for kids. So there's like this huge noise coming through the other side of the wall. And I'm like, this is the playing place for the Hungarian Bridge Club. But I guess they would play in the evenings, you know? There'd be like less kids. It's more like a daytime thing. Now what do I do? It was just funny. Now what do I do? So I'm just making excuses for the fact that I lost this game that I'm talking about. We like to make excuses. Alright, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I think I can equalize, but I don't know about how I go about doing more. Uber driver, not really the white side of the Yugoslav attack kind of guy. Whatever happened, whatever I did against the Bertalan, this kid, I don't remember, but it was really bad. I got an awful IQP position where I was just like worse. easily outplayed me, like a 20-year-old kid. It was a nightmare. I must have lost like 8 rating points in one game. Don't have a chess match next to the play space in the mall. Okay, bridge isn't that important to be like silent, like chess or something, though. I imagine it's like, what happens at a bridge tournament? Has anybody ever been to a bridge tournament? I have a friend who's like a professional bridge player. Well, not really professional, but he's a coach for the Hungarian bridge women's team. He can't do bridge for a living, but he's like one of the best bridge players. Wow. Uber driver finding bishop g5. That isn't something you see every day. You calculated like a 2-move tactic there. It's very unlike you. I mean that in the best possible way, Uber driver. That's kind of your maximum tactical range. 2 moves. Gabarumov says, I'm coming for you. Uh-oh. Guys, summer tournament schedule unclear. I don't know what I'm going to do. You know, by the way, my team match this Sunday that I played, this past Sunday, we played my old team, which is very awkward. I think like no one shook my hand. They don't know how to react to me. I'm like a traitor. But realistically, I'm not. I mean, they cheated me. The other people just don't know the situation. H6 bishop f4. That can't hurt, right? It hurts. Stop. Take it out. No. But anyway, bishop e6. Bishop takes b7. The funny thing that happened was I was preparing for this guy, and I think they like tricked us. It's a complicated story anyway. I can't tell it on the stream. Too complicated. But I think they tricked us. Like, I could have known I was playing the player I played if I had known it was a trick. They begged us to reschedule the match, telling us that 2 of their players were going to the European team senior championship. They were like begging us, and we're like, why is this so important for them to like change this because these 2 dinosaurs can't play or something like that, you know? And I figured this thing out. There's like a conspiracy theory that the secret reason why they wanted to postpone the match was because they had 2 other players who also didn't want to go at that time, which we didn't know about. So basically, they didn't want to play the match at a certain time because they would basically have 4 players from their roster who couldn't play. But we only knew it was about 2. We're like, why did they want to reschedule the match? You know, now it all makes sense. It's a big deal if you can have 4 players come. 2 is like, okay, big deal, you know. But this is really a big deal. So I think they tricked us, you know. They were trying to scam us. We're squeezing Uber driver with that pawn on d4. How do you like that pawn on d4, Uber driver? Is he a friend? I have h5. Ooh. He has rook d3. You found that. Nice. Squeeze. So anyway, I think this other team, my ex-team, they were very tricky and they tricked us. Ah, that's a great move. Wait, you're hanging c2? Why did I say that was a great move? That's not a great move. You hung your c2 pawn. Wow, Uber driver is collapsing. So the other team tricks us by like lying to us, trying to reschedule the match. With like ulterior motives. Poor Uber driver. He's almost completely lost. Notice the term almost. Annoying. What am I going to do? He's right on the margin of lost, but I don't know what to do. Rook takes, rook takes. Dude, that rook is very annoying. Bishop f8. He does find the one only moves very well. Extremely competent at finding only moves. See, again, he sees the only move. It's like the master of the only move. What's that do? Wow. Ooh. Oh! Didn't see that. That's not nice. We'll make this work. All right. Convert. How to convert? Phew, he's so fast. Oh! You saw that. He's all about bullet chess. Some people call him Mr. Bullet Chess. No. What a game. Yeah, solid effort by me in this one. No Uber driver, not today. All right. Perfectly patient, exactly. You got to be so patient. All right, back tournament, last round. Gobble roll mops. Uber driver, experienced player, very tough. Gobble roll mops coming up with 3 points. You could be next. It is very possible I'm going to play Gobble roll mops in the last round. And Caro Conics, aka XL Poker, is right behind me, so I can't afford to mess up. What happened last game? So Staff Argan and Caro Conics, he lost. Okay, they played earlier. So Uber Driver will play one of those guys, and the other one will play, I guess, well, Egek he got a bye. If Egek is still here, he'll play the other one, and I'll play Gobble Roll Mops. Yeah, Piliam, it depends. Yeah, you might play too. It depends on colors and other factors. If Egek is still here, if the colors work, if who's played who before. I mean, there's a lot of factors here. It's difficult to predict. There's not that many players. It's 18 players. It's hard to have a 7-round Swiss with 18 players without the pairings getting kind of weird. Generally speaking, it's possible, but they will be a little bit tricky. It's not a lot of players for 7 rounds. And usually, like, a bunch of people leave. So as you can see, there's probably, yeah, like half the players are out. You're on the edge left. Everyone's out. We only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Half the field is remaining. It's like a 2-player poker tournament. I couldn't make this to the final table yesterday. 14 players, 4 hours. 14 players, 4 hours, and I couldn't hang on to make the even the second table, which was 10-handed. It was forever. It was insane. No one was busting out. We had like 5 big blinds left, and I had to go all in with a good hand actually. But yeah, poker. All right, roll mops. Bring your A game. No spoilers. Guys, for those of you who are subscribers, Piliam is new as a subscriber, but tomorrow night is our subscriber stream, so we need your support. Come out, and just being part of the team, part of the club, is enough. You can't afford to donate or something like that. I'm playing Pili. Wow, I'm not playing Gobble Roll Mops. So Gobble Roll Mops must have gotten paired against one of the other players. So I'm playing you, okay. And you're fast, right? You're very quick. We'll go with our D4. We're playing our A game. Mainline D4. I must have played this variation before. This is my default line. Tibor Karoy recommendation. Good old Tibor. Prolific writer. So he's playing Rogozin here. This particular move order I'm not really used to. My queen is usually dropped back by now. I mean, castling is for sure, like, standard. E5, D5. This is probably in some chessable course. Rogozin is rightfully popular because it's like kind of forcing. This line doesn't seem fair. You just voluntarily retreat back to D6. Oh, I have like knight B5, but that's probably not a good move. So now E5, H3. Could transpose to a weird Queen's Gambit accepted. Yeah, that's interesting. E5, H3. E5, H3, E4, Knight H2. Followed by Rook E1 and like Bishop F1 or something. I hate allowing like E5, E4. I don't have to do that though. I mean, I could try something else. What about Greek gift sacrifices like E5 takes, Rook D1, Bishop takes H2 check? Can you do that? Take, King up, King G3. There may be like Greek gift sacrifices where I'm winning. Because you play Knight G4 check, I play King G3, you play Queen G5, I play F4. And well, it's still not Not clear. I don't really want to do that. So d5, e4, that looks familiar. There's also, no, but d5, e4, knight takes e4. Not sure about that. Yeah, my first thought was h3, but now I changed my mind. They're both playable. This is a little bit simpler. I don't like e4 takes, but e4, knight takes e4. Knight takes e4, pawn takes c6. Not clear either. So I think you messed up. You should have played e4. I was miscalculating. Anyway, it's fine. You're fine. It's a fine position for black. I should have played h3. We can check after the game. This is a weird move order. I rarely had this happen. I don't like to play d5 generally in these systems. Can I play g3? g3, bishop h3. It's for me. Rook e1. If rook e1, I take away my knight's only freaking square. This is... yeah, okay. I know. That's very artificial of you. Very artificial of you. I have knight g5, but first of all, maybe I shouldn't do knight g5. Sorry. The fork. May the fork be with you. Yeah. Strategy matters more than tactics. The tactics do end the game from time to time. Old English. Thanks, guys, for supporting the stream. For the gift stuff from Statbar again. It's been kind of slow around here. I think Trump's tanking the economy, the global economy, has sort of hurt us financially in many ways. No one seems to donate or subscribe anymore. Poor Slaji has to resort to playing poker. But we're gonna keep at it. We're not gonna give up. I'm never gonna quit, you know, streaming at least part-time. But I would appreciate your support, guys. If anybody can afford to donate or subscribe or even just donate some bits, please do so. Pass the hat around. I've thought about like begging on the street, but yeah, all right. Now D1 or C2, probably C2. We're protecting E4. Got this if I need it. A funny maneuver would be like knight D1, knight E3. Scared me. All right, you scared me. Which way do I take? With a rook or with a king? Maybe more efficient to take with a king. The rook is actually functioning here. King doesn't really matter. Mr. Coffee, what's up? I will never give up. I'll never give you up. Give me up. We lost Asterbait. He was a huge patron. Yeah, this was the idea. Hopefully he can still come back. We're just praying. Mr. Slow, gone. All the patrons are gone. I think it's a conspiracy to break me financially. Churros George is pulling all the strings. No, I'm just kidding. We like Churros. Okay, it's a conspiracy. They demonize Churros George, all this horrible propaganda and stuff for years, billboards, and it's all over, thank God. You know, the bullshit Russian propaganda and nationalist propaganda in Hungary. It's such a sigh of relief here. Did you guys see in Bulgaria they elected the pro-Russian prime minister? So Putin has like traded like Orban for some random Bulgarian dude, but Bulgaria not the same, you know, not not the same. Hungary has a much more strong influence in Europe. We're not gonna demonize Soros George. Soros George donated so much to good causes here, charities, NF, um, NGOs that NFTs, NGOs that oh man, when the COVID came, I got a COVID shot from this one NGO where Soros George, you know, did a lot of support, things like that, you know, healthcare for homeless people, unbelievable. So, boom, we're in the end game. All right, Soros George is evil. He donates his money to help supply healthcare to homeless people. Very evil. Don't really want to trade off that knight on h7, I gotta say, but there's a plus side. It can challenge my knight on e4 anyway, so I think either way, I'm okay with this. We'll never let Soros George down. Yeah, so good to get rid of Orban in Hungary. It's like the country is going to breathe a huge sigh of relief and come back. Hungary has a lot of potential, but we had to put up with like 15 years of 16 years of this. My whole time here, it's unbelievable. Literally, like my whole time in Hungary has been almost all Orban. Can I trap the rook on f5? Well, alright, there's no rush. Let's secure f2. Trading anyway, it's just a transposition. So we've got a really good edge. But Pilius hanging on. Impressive. Can I win material? g4, takes. Rook f7, only move. Knight g5. I can't win material. Darn. Can I sack the exchange on c7? Not enough to break through. How do I break through? Okay, now you're really playing with fire. Now you really lose material. King h7 is a blunder. He loses the exchange. That's the final straw. Yeah. Now we just need to consolidate. Where are you going? Where are you going? I see where you're going. I wondered where you were going. That's where you're going. Okay. We gotta ice this game. Put him on ice. Target acquired. A5 pawn. Target locked. Dude, what are you doing? Panic button has been pressed. Check. Aha! So now you have nowhere to go. No knight g6. And we'll go back. How do you like that? Now you have a pawn. Oh no. Oh no, G5. Oh no, Eric Rosen. He hung a rook. He hung everything. It's over. Goodbye. Give me your last piece. You will not save this game. Oh no, stalemate. Alright. Thanks for the game. Tough game for a long way there. Alright, analysis board. That was smooth. The opening wasn't right though. I did make a mistake. E4 is okay, but maybe D5 isn't best. Unclear. Okay, it's okay. So I was afraid of E4. I thought this was better for you. This knight takes E4, does this really work? Knight E4, knight E4, DC6, knight takes D2. Knight takes D2, bishop takes H2, check. Here, queen D2. I wasn't sure about all this business. Anyway, so it's all been played before. E4, knight G6, G3, novelty, dubious. So G3 is dubious. Wow. I'm supposed to play rook Fe1. Well, I mean, it's sort of half of a dozen of one, 6 of the other. So bishop G4, I have a simple solution. Just queen D1, something. So anyway, that's interesting. But before that, if I go H3, Nakamura versus somebody I've never heard of, Balakrishnan. Yeah, this is actually a thing. Queen C2 should be played first. And knight B5 is actually a move, which is weird. Anyway, we should do more research there, but that's the Rogozin. So we win the tournament 6.5. Karokonics. Karokonics, good game. Karokonics, 6 points. He got what? Wait, that's insane. Karokonics got a bye in the last round? Are you guys serious? You got the bye? I've never seen that happen before. Because Gavrilov's left. Gavrilov didn't play the last round. Watch out up there. I'm coming for you. Gavrilov sat out the last round. How did Karokonics get a bye? That's crazy. So we just didn't have enough players. Yeruin dropped. We were down to 8 players. Actually, because Gavrilov dropped, we were down to 7 players. Karokonics got the bye, and I won the tournament with a win in the last round. Unbelievable. But Igak also with a good result, winning his last round by forfeit against Mohammed Fish. Ugh. Sorry about that. So the last round was kind of a disaster. Stapvar and Uber Driver got each other, which is a really tough match. They drew. Igak got a much lower rated player who was just 1500. So the final round was kind of silly at the top because Stapvar and Uber Driver drew themselves out of contention for 3rd place. That's really weird. I mean, we need more players to stay in. We need a way to incentivize staying in. People tend to drop out. Come on, guys, it's only 7 rounds. It's not that long. It's like a 2-hour tournament. It's exactly a 2-hour tournament. It's not that long. You should be able to hang in there. Anyway, thanks everyone for playing. Tomorrow night we've got an analysis stream. If anybody can donate, support the stream, donate, give subs, we appreciate it. Otherwise, if you are a subscriber, you can come by tomorrow night. We've got analysis stream, so we go over games submitted by the viewers. And otherwise, Friday Blitz stream and Sunday Simul, same schedule. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Congratulations to Karokonics for coming back and in 2nd place, and Igak with 3rd. Good effort by Stapvar and Uber Driver, who are, obviously great players and regulars here. So sorry you guys didn't make the podium today. I was playing pretty well by the end. Not quite 100%, but not bad. 1 draw against Igak. Thank you guys for the games, and I'll see you tomorrow night, same time, same station. 6:30 p.m. CEST tomorrow. Thank you, WJ you made it. It's the end. Yeah, unfortunately, you made it just in time for the end. It's a short stream. Just 2-hour tournament. We came in at 7:15, and it's 9:15 here now, 9:18. But yeah, it's a quick tournament. I don't know why everybody drops out. We ended up with 8 players by the end. But WJ Loof, I know you're a great committed follower to the stream. I should be doing more streams in your time zone. Great seeing you. Thanks for coming by. Don't stop following. Mr. Coffee too. I wish Mr. Coffee could play. Stop working. Thanks. I'll see you later.